Puerto Rican Stallion leading us off the tee here. Skip leg day.
Baldo straight up. That's all I got.
Dopest motherfucker ever, baby. You know what's up.
All right, club champion. Let's see how we do it. You look like a golfer.
Glenn, you look like you're dressed for a gender reveal party.
They got Baldo in his pants. 84 degrees. Just like in the sim.
Boz, did you win tonight? Did you win?
No, actually, that's why I was late. Volleyball got shit canned, and there was a bunch of people going for a bike ride out to have dinner. So that's why I was so far away. And I was like, "Oh shit, dude!" And I would have been here earlier. There's an expressway route and a back roads route, and I told the wife, I said, "You okay with going on expressway?" And she said, "No," but it's literally the first time she was on the bike since her thing. So I didn't take the expressway, and I had to take back roads. That's why I'm a little late.
Usually when they have those cash ammo depots, those are fucking the back neck of the woods, so no one can find it, right?
That's right.
Based on all the motorcycle movies I've seen or biker movies.
Yeah, that's the only place we go to eat or biker bar.
We're debating what position you play.
Oh, they rotate.
Oh, he's a setter. Right. He's a setter.
Yeah, I know. You know, what was it, libero? What do they call it?
Libero, defensive specialist. Yeah.
What do you say, Boz? Be honest.
I'm too old, but
yeah, because it's either that or you guys are playing like on kindergarten.
Hey, but here's what I want to know. Do you serve it like this or like this?
Overhand serve. Come on.
Oh no, I guarantee you, Boz, he runs and jumps.
Yeah, Boz. Yeah, exactly.
Jump serve.
No, Tom, he goes.
And he grunts too, and he's like, ah!
Wait a minute. Are we?
Ivan, can you stop with that shit, dude? Like,
I want to know.
You're always gonna be the guy in the video going,
we never had a fucking cue. We don't have an intro song.
Hey, I got us on, man. We're on for almost 2 minutes now, buddy.
Thank God, because that was good. We had to catch that one. If the rest of the 55 minutes is shit, that first fucking 3 minutes was hot.
I click the button when it's time. That's all I know.
Oh man. Anyway, I'll start off because I wanted to say something. So,
oh God,
no, it's not.
It's putting golf again.
No. Just like my shirt, right there.
You go ahead, Ivan.
No, I was gonna say. So, like, you know, I know there's two of us that have Arccos, right? And the more I've been deep diving into the dashboard online, like seeing all the numbers and stuff, I found something that was pretty interesting and like mind-boggling as well. You know, because underneath where it says like, okay, this is what your handicap is based on your X rounds. There's a summary underneath that you can click on, and it'll break down out of each category what handicap number you're representing in each category. So like driving, I was a 9, right? Approach shots, I was the 13. Putting, I was a 12. But this is what tripped me out. This is what tripped me out, and I was really proud of it. And you can say how legit it was, but it says I'm a scratch short game, 0.
Damn. I'm gonna throw mine up. You guys won't be able to see it now, but I'll throw it up on. Actually, hang on. I can probably do this.
I thought that was pretty cool how they do that.
I'm gonna throw this up on the pod. You guys won't be able to see it, but
if you click on club analysis underneath player stats, right? It'll show you, right? It breaks it down in 4 categories again. It tells you, I'm pulling it out right now, but it'll tell you, okay, it doesn't say carry, it says what your total, it gives you a number for each club. And then there's oh, hold on. I think you can do it for, okay, I'm in the beta. Go to club analysis. On the top left side, under the player stats. Right, and then so the first distance is this is my bag, and then it tells you what your yardages of total are for each club. And then if you go to click on range, it'll say, okay, your range for each one of these clubs is X through X, right? And then it tells you what your longest is with each one, your greens, and then your usage of each club as well, like shots. I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, go figure.
I use driver and lob wedge the most.
Me too. Me too. I'm like, I have.
Or did I see what you're saying. There we go. All right.
The audio. Yeah, but I'm the same way, Glenn. I have 208 shots with my driver, and then 258 with my 60.
No, it's pretty interesting though, because I will say it's got my handicap as a 0.4 or plus 0.4, and I'm a plus 0.6 again.
So is it close?
Not really.
Yeah, I mean it's within
off,
0.2.
It's off by 0.2, so like that's like
that's
3
not
standard
bad.
deviations.
Now I will say it says, okay, let me go back. So it says my handicap. What the hell? How'd I go down to a 6.7? No, go and screw yourself. I am not a 6.7. Whatever. I was just a 7.
I mean, it goes back to
okay. So
it's an awesome system to automate because you can do it yourself for those who don't have the system also.
If you go to each hole, you can see shot history per hole. It'll show you how many times you played that hole and where your dispersion for all the times you played it on the actual the Google.
Yeah, some of that stuff you were showing me last night, Evan, was actually really interesting to be able to go back and see that history. But
yeah, I just started deep diving more and more like the last couple of weeks because the new dashboard, because you can't see this stuff on your phone. Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool though, because you can go back and see like exactly where you're doing well at and what you're not, and then it's so much information like you could literally get lost in there. But I think I find it more interesting now from a training perspective because I know Glenn's always talking about like training and like doing training the right way. It's more about quality and stuff. This gives me an opportunity to say, okay, look, where am I struggling at, and now I can go specifically focus on that one area, right? And yeah, it's pretty cool. And then so if you click off, there's a checkbox you can where it says show all. If you do unshow, it'll do one shot at a time as you click on the. Yeah. So. Yeah.
You guys use the belt sensor or do you use your phone?
Yeah.
I use belt sensor.
The split. So, I got the clip and I think it was like $120. But when I first started using Arccos, I did not have that. And what I don't like doing is carrying my phone in my pocket or when I'm swinging or having, you'll forget your phone somewhere or it just feels uncomfortable.
I don't like having my phone either.
I mean, I have an Apple Watch too. So if you have an Apple Watch, that's another way that you can use. If you don't have sensors, you can use your watch directly to the Arccos app. And then if you don't have sensors, you got to manually select what club you're going to hit before you hit, and then put your phone down and then hit it. And that was way slow.
But you know what I find is like if I use my watch or my phone instead of the link, the belt sensor like never fails. It is always accurate. Like it picks up every shot. But if I use my phone, sometimes it'll miss it. If I use my watch, sometimes it'll miss it. Now it will show me like if I have my Apple Watch on and I have the app open, like it'll give me like front, middle, back distances to the of the green and stuff on my watch, but it's still picking up the sensors from the belt clip, and the belt clip never misses.
I've never used them both at one time. The only time I've ever had to do is one time my clip wasn't charged enough. And midway it died, and then I asked you, do you want to switch to your phone or manually do it? And I did my watch then, but.
The other thing that's really cool is if you're playing a course that somebody else using Arccos played already that day and set the pin positions, you don't have to set the pin positions, which I think is cool too.
Yeah.
The other nice thing too, I mean, is there's USGA compliant modes and not. So like if I'm playing a tournament, I can set it to tournament mode and it will give me the data I can, use legally, but it won't include the non-legal data. So like if you're playing with it fully open, it'll show you the yardage adjusted to the weather and the wind in live. Versus, obviously, you can't have that for USGA rules. But if I turn it off, then it just shows me the straight yardages.
You can also connect your GIN account to it now, and it will automatically post your rounds straight to GIN.
Post it right
really
to
cool.
it. Yeah. I think I'm gonna do that this year because I know it's like $60 to do it.
But again?
Yeah, and
it's not even that. It's in Kentucky. It's like I think 40 a year. It's less than that.
This is making you do it through the USGA website.
Ours is set up through my club. So like when you become a member of the club, they give you a GIN and you gotta record it.
My clubhouse price point is cheaper, but if you the Arccos is making you do it through the USGA website.
No. So GIN. Well, no. Here's the thing. GIN is done by state.
Yeah.
And so what you need to do is go to your Texas PGA website and look to see if they have a GIN, what you call e-clubhouse sign up. That allows you to sign up and have a GIN without being associated with a specific pro shop. And I say that because I just went through this last year and this year with Kentucky because I don't belong to a local club.
I never looked at it. I know when it says end round, you end round, then it says save it, and then it also says, do you want to send it to the USGA?
Basically, it's all under the USGA umbrella, but GIN itself is handled by state basis. So for you to have an active GIN, you have to register in what state you're in, and that has to do with state level tournaments and whatnot. So go to your Texas PGA website, see if they have any e-club or something equivalent sign up to where it's like $40 a year, and you don't have to be associated with the club anymore. You used to, but in the last I think since COVID and everything, they've now realized that's a limitation not everybody has. So you can definitely sign up and have an active GIN without belonging to a country club.
And I think when I asked my pro shop in my club, they were like, "Yeah, it's just for us to load it in there, and then if you could drop off your scorecard, they'll manually input it for you too if you want to do it." But it was not the $60 that Arccos was representing, and it wasn't Arccos, right? It's like when you go to the website to try to do it one time, the website says, "Hey, it's $60 a year to do it." Yeah. Anyways, I thought it was pretty interesting. I got into data, and I was pretty proud of myself that my short game is fucking scratch. I've been putting in some fucking hard work. I'm chipping like a champ, and I fucking thought I would share it with you guys, and I thought that was pretty fucking cool. So
we're proud of you.
I know I can't putt with shit. That's okay. And my approach shots are suspect too, but you know what? When I get to the green, it only takes me one less shot. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Arccos. I think it's awesome.
No comment here. Not the way Ivan uses it anyway.
You always got some shit to say. It was like 3 fucking shots and it was right.
Yeah, well, it cost me 3 shots.
I will say, Baldo, where it shined to me was there's 2 different things I really like, but it was I had it when we went out to Arizona, and when we played Quintero, which has significant elevation change from tee boxes to fairways or tee boxes to greens, some of those par 3s, it gave me plays like yardages for some of those highly downhill par 3s, and it was on the number for every one of those. And I was and that was not having played the course before, but it knew my yardages. That's where the value of that did it. But then also it's what's kind of nice is once you play enough of it, it learns your playing style and your averages and all that. But then say I was going to go play the state tournament at a course I've never played before, I can pull that course up through Arccos and say, how should I play this course before I play it? And it will give you a pre-game game plan of how you should play certain holes based off your averages, your scores, and all that too.
Yeah, so for me and all that stuff, and I told Ivan last night when he was showing me some of this stuff, I'm like, the data and stuff that's really cool. But what rubbed me the wrong way was when I went out to Texas with Ivan, and on the first fucking hole, he hit, I don't know if he hit a 6-iron, what it was.
It was a
like,
sit.
he launched that shit like 30 yards over the fucking green because it was telling him it was like a fucking 200 or whatever yard shot, and it was way too much club. But it was like, oh, the wind's doing this, and I kept telling Ivan, like, you cannot use the wind in Arccos. Like, it's just not live real
I don't
time.
use that for sure. Yep, I don't use that personally.
But I mean, I think that's where there's that, you know,
you gotta be smart.
You don't drive your car into the nearest river because the GPS system says you need to turn that way. It's that there is that thing of like, you have to be able to think and utilize your own information and augment it or supplement it with the information at hand, but not let it drive everything you do.
I'll be honest, like that. I still find it believe that would have had to be my best 6-iron ever hit in my life. Like 150 smash factor. Because where I was watching it, I was like, I thought I was gonna be like fucking to the right. And he's telling me I flew that shit long. I'm like, there's no way I flew it long, right? And then I had 2 more shots where I played with everything, you know, the number is telling me plays like this. I played that number and I was a little long again. And then Baldo was like, he just lost his fucking shit. You can't trust artificial intelligence. You can't trust robots. Use humans and the human pilots fly the ship, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, come on, man. You can't take 3 shots and then crucify technology based on the worst golfer in the world utilizing technology to make him better. Come on, bro. Don't stand. And then I said, okay, well, what about the rest of the weekend? I used Arccos the rest of the weekend. Did I have anything crazy after that?
No, but I will say those other days we played, the wind was more constant, so I think you could trust it better.
And I can understand that, but like if Arccos tells me actual is 175, but then it says it's playing like 195, I'm playing the middle number, right? I'm playing like a 185 shot, right? Like I don't have to play all the way there. The problem is you know. I can't strike the ball as well you guys do as consistently. So like, it's not going to work. But I've been using Arccos for almost 3 years now. And every time I look at a number, I may not hit the shot the way I want to as far as what Arccos is saying. I'm never far off. It's never like horrible.
Boz, you looked like you were cringing there for a minute. What were you going to say to that?
No, I was just cringing at Ivan's. I'm the worst golfer ever.
Whatever. That's true. Yeah. But anyways, yeah.
Hey, while we're on gin and handicaps and statistics, did you guys see that post I put in the Discord today?
Oh yeah, 10 every 194 years will shoot even par. It's amazing how
I put an asterisk of and every year's member and member guest.
That is absolutely insane, and I believe it because there's so many people who claim to be 10 handicappers, but like they'll shoot ridiculous scores when the pressure's on. Or like, I don't know. I feel like so many people, when you're playing in a competition with them or a scramble or whatever, and it's outdoors and you got to putt everything out. There's no gimmies, you know, like you're not shooting par. You're going to miss some of those gimmies that you have every round.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you might have the rare 10 handicap who will say has a horrible short game or his issue is he aims slightly wrong or something, where if you're playing with somebody who can help correct or say hit this there, like course management perspective. But yeah, outside of that, yeah, I mean, I completely agree. Like but it just happens every year more and more in the sense of we know everybody with the member guests or money on the line. It's like, you know, we all know that person who like,
it's like that Instagram.
Oh, they shoot the round of their life. Oh, that's not going on my handicap.
Yeah, it's like that Instagram post where you all saw that dude that the guy that didn't look like a golfer that his scramble group shot like a 54.
Yeah.
You know which one I'm talking about? And then they cornered him in the parking lot, like, oh, you're not gonna get a picture. They're getting a picture with the winners, and they like came after. You know, that was like that thing went viral, that blew up. But like, No way that actually happened.
But I mean, but like to the point we were talking about earlier,
where they used mulligans and
I
all
don't
the
care.
other bullshit.
That guy
to
could have used 50 mulligans. He could have bought a roll of mulligans as long from this arm all the way to this arm, and then back up to here and down to his feet, and they still wouldn't have shot what they shot.
Well, they had a scratch golfer with them too.
But if you, think about it, though,
you could get me and my other 3 college teammates in college, and I mean, you're not gonna shoot 54.
The thing about scrambles and scratch golfers is it kind of negates the value of a scratch golfer. Like, I feel like whenever I play in a scramble, like you play with a scratch golfer and you're like, man, this guy's pretty good, but like we still use a bunch of other shots. But like you play with him one-on-one, like if I played Glenn one-on-one, like he's just way more consistent than I am. But you have these guys, when you got 3 other guys and a scratch golfer in a group, like somebody's going to hit a good shot.
I think the big misconception of scratch golfers by majority population, and I say this in the sense of, for the viewership, and most of us are single digits on here, which we probably should go over handicaps at some point, but scratch golfers have scratch handicaps because they make fewer bogeys and double bogeys.
Yeah.
Not necessarily because they make that many more birdies.
Scratch
and so
golfer makes
as
average
Miller pointed out,
1.8 birdies around.
Yeah, when a scratch golfer in a scramble doesn't mean you're going to birdie every hole. It just means if I'm the last person hitting, I'm going to hit the green from the fairway or have it somewhere close where we can get up and down for par.
Yeah.
And that is a misconception by the general golf population of, scratch golfers just make that many more birdies to offset the bogeys. And it's really more the opposite. You just eliminate the positive, scoring holes.
You're giving yourself more chances of. But so to your point there, right? Because this conversation started off with a 10 handicap, right?
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, we've seen 10 handicappers outside, and then they go shoot 95. I've shot fucking 90s, and it says I'm a fucking 7, right? So when you're looking at that, right? But when we broke down our categories, right? You saw, right? I was not a 10 handicapper or a 7 handicapper in any category but short game. So it's like, okay, well, 110 handicapper could really be really good off the tee, but suck in 3 other categories. So he's going to suck less because he's closer. Or one guy can be horrible off the tee and be a really good putter and have a short game.
Yeah.
I think if everybody had Arccos, you're gonna see there's always gonna be strong points and weak points. You're always gonna be higher here, lower there.
Yeah.
And it's gonna even out. Like you'd never have a guy in Arccos that's like a 7 off the tee, a 7 on approach, a 7 on putting. Like that just like
but when you go outside and when you see somebody, what does a 10 handicapper look like?
Yeah, but that's like
what's a
who shoots
what's a
7 over par was a 10 out of 30 rounds. I mean, like,
okay,
but
so then they suck half the time.
But I mean, that's the thing is like, but as Miller pointed out, it's like there's a ceiling because your handicap is already based off your top 30% of scores. So then to have something, we'll say 5+ more strokes above your already top 30% of scores, you're getting the upper echelon of your potential as a golfer.
Well, understood. I totally get it.
I'm sorry. That's upper level stats.
Yeah,
I get that.
But at the same time, I'm just saying, like, golf is so diverse that one person, right? You could take 2 10 handicappers and one looks the part, plays the part, and has a beautiful swing. And then you can take one who has the most broken fucking swing in the world. And he just plays consistently better, scrappier than the other guy.
Are you talking about yourself in the third person right now, Ivan?
No, I didn't say broke-legged person. I said broken. I mean, for sure. Look, I can't tell you how many times, like the last couple of weeks I've played, right? I'll get up to the tee, right? And people are looking at me and they're looking at my clothes and my fucking Jordans and my fucking gear and my mirror bag and my fancy fucking clubs. and the first thing they think of is I'm fucking Glenn. I'm not fucking Glenn. I don't have Glenn's game. But guess what? If I got lucky because this year I've been hitting the driver great outside, so I'm knock on wood. Okay. When I fucking nuke it off the tee, I gotta turn around and give people the fucking stink eye. Okay, like the Marshall, like motherfucking Marshall. If I want to tee off from back here, I'm gonna fucking tee off from back.
Excuse me, what's your handicap?
But then no, so how many times have you seen somebody hit the ball pretty deep off the tee and then they fucking suck and everything else?
Yeah, I feel like that's more rare. I don't know.
I was gonna say that's me like every week here.
Now, don't get me wrong. In my course, I can probably think of maybe 1 or 2 times where I played with somebody I did not know, and they were just nuking the shit off the tee. I'm like dropping bombs, and I'm like, holy shit! I thought I was hitting some bombs. Most of the time, the guys that I'm playing with, 220, 230, maybe 250, and they're like all over the place. Or you might have the guy who's 220 is always in the fairway. He's got the same old swing, same old shot shape. He's putting it in play. But I don't see a lot of people out there dropping 300 drives. Like,
the average male golfer drives it like 230.
Yeah, 230. Yeah.
So if you look so another thing, not to be fucking suck on Arccos all damn day, but on my thing it says I'm comparing it to a 5, right? And underneath the paragraph it says a 5 handicap average drive is 245, and it had me at 255. So it says I'm 10 yards further than what a 5 handicap is off the tee.
Yep.
That kind of blew me out. I was like, okay, with a 5, but then I was like, okay, well maybe he just putts really fucking good.
But you know what else is incorporated in that number is like that's any non-par 3 basically is those are par 4s and par 5s are what they're factoring in off the tee, right?
Yeah, and also but anytime you don't hit driver.
Is it anytime you don't hit driver? Because it
has to be, right? Because it says you're off the tee.
I don't think so. I think it's all par 4s and par 5s. It counts your tee shot.
It wouldn't count distance though.
Well, so then my point is, okay, if I'm playing like my course, sometimes so this last time around, I probably hit hybrid 4 times off the tee and 3 with 3.
Yeah.
That's almost half my tee shots off the tee for intended for a driver. So if my yardages go from 220 to 240 because I've used a different club and not a driver.
Yeah, we'll have to go back to that because I think the driving distance is just overall like tee shots on par 4s and par 5s. I don't think it cares what club you're using. I think that's what it counts as drives.
Total. So that could be. I mean, if that's the case, then that would make sense.
You know what I mean? Because then, that makes it a lot different.
I do think relevance. Probably, we have yet to cover everybody's handicap and golfing experience. It probably is not a bad idea to give some background on that.
I think we've had enough boring conversation so far, so we could probably save that for a different night.
We all suck but you. How about that?
That's not what I was trying to get at all.
No, I think it's good.
Hey guys, can we tell everybody's handicap just so that we can state for the record that I'm better than everybody else on the pod?
So Baldo's special handicap. I'm broken handicap.
I'm old handicap.
And Miller's range handicap.
Miller's mafia handicap.
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
Oh, I cannot wait till this year's trip so that Glenn can see that I've actually played decent golf sometimes.
Oh no, don't! You should have stopped.
Fucking jinx yourself, dude.
Jinx yourself. We got months.
It can't get worse. It can't get worse. It literally cannot get worse.
Yeah. I will verify that from what I saw on our last golf trip. I don't think Miller can be in a much worse situation than he was last year.
Yeah, but if it's not better, he's in a bad place. It can't get worse, but
you know what? I got home from that. I took a little time off. Then I got back into it, and I'm hitting the ball great right now. So,
although let's put this in perspective, Miller last year, that house on the right in your background was in serious danger.
No, I think
those were the good shots.
Yeah, I was gonna say The
Yeah,
one
that's
that
right. If I connected with one, that house was in
Yeah,
danger.
that was one that got off the ground, got in the air.
were good. It was the houses on the right that were in serious
He
danger.
peed on a cactus like 3 times off the tee. That bitch was like 5 feet in front of the tee.
It was bad when Gary was out driving me the whole goddamn time. Oh my god, I could
Oh
not
my-
stand that.
I mean,
Just-
maybe you just have some stigma to you, like when you go on a golf trip, like your golf game just doesn't come with you, and it's
I mean,
I've never seen
Lest we
somebody act
forget
out.
the year before. I shot fine the year before. I played like
True.
I always do.
true.
I've just
true.
never seen anybody act out 10 cup on the range in real life until Miller last year.
yeah.
Hey,
you know,
Miller, you're up. You ready? No, send somebody else in that group. Play another group. Play first. I'm not ready yet.
dude, if he was using Arccos back then, he would have had 1,000 shots on the range alone.
That's
It was no
Uh,
good.
Oh yeah, we
Tractor
don't
shots on
want
the
that.
range.
We don't want no bad juju before we go on a trip. I don't wish that upon anybody else. I'm going on my 3rd trip. I'd like to be able to fucking shoot in the 80s this time. Okay.
I started putting the
Can you play
document
without
together.
falling this time?
You play without what?
I'm not looking for his ball, so there's a good possibility I might not. I'm like, hey, I think your ball's over there. I'm not,
Now,
I'm not-
I guess circling back around to like, since we're talking about golf, how's everybody's golf leagues going thus far?
That's what I was gonna ask. How many rounds have you guys got in?
I'm going on
Yeah.
week 3 tomorrow.
Now your league is only 9 holes, though, right?
Correct.
So have you played any 18-hole rounds?
I've played a fair amount. I
I mean,
shot.
you played already.
And do you want me? I can pull some teeth while we're at this.
Oh, I shot. So what did I shoot? Sunday I shot 78. Saturday, I think I shot 78 again. Last weekend, league I shot fucking 40. What did I shoot? 41. Fucking triple.
Woof.
Made the mistake of going out and playing 9 holes before we had league, and we were off the front, so I had to play the front twice, and I tripled the same fucking hole both times around. Was not good, man. It was just like I was just hitting the same shots, and yeah, it's not been going great. Not terrible, but not great. So I do have the most birdies. I do have the most birdies out of anybody in our league, but that's how I play it. My birdies offset my doubles.
All right, John Daly.
That's not how lower handicappers play, but that's how I play it.
How about you, Ivan? You playing much?
So surprisingly, I thought I'd play a little bit more, but to date, since I started playing last month, I have 8 rounds under my belt, full 18. And last year, to give you comparison, obviously I was coming back from neck surgery. I missed like half the season. I only played 19 rounds last year. So I feel like I'm on a good pace. So as long as I stay.
You have played 18 rounds already this year?
No, eight.
Oh, sorry, I heard 18. I was like, wow. 8 rounds. Okay.
So I've been trying based on how my body feels and weather to try to play like a Monday, Wednesday. Try to play them close back to back because I can maintain that feel. So I drop off my kid on Monday and go play on Monday and then try to play on Wednesday relatively close. But I'm trying to do that because I have not played a lot of golf in the last 3 years for a lot of reasons, but I'm a little bit more healthier this year. So I'm trying to get out there and enjoy it more.
I think I played like 4 rounds. I think our official season started like mid-April. And I've been everywhere from a 77 to a 91 so far this year. So,
yeah,
all over the place. The 91 was in my defense. The 91 was Dominican, but
yeah. Well, I didn't have my scores in there. I mean, my lowest round this year has been 4 over, and then my highest round was a 92 with B.
Yeah, I guess I didn't count our rounds when I was down there because that was just,
How about you, Boz?
jet lag.
I just finished week 3 on my Monday night league, and we're going into week 3 of the Thursday night league tomorrow. So my Monday night league is a tougher course that I play, and they started us on the back 9, which is the tougher 9. So my rounds are 42, 39, 39. And then actually we're only going into week 2 in Thursday. Cause we only played once last week, and that was a 39. But I did take a trip a week and a half ago. The problem here is the weather. I have yet to play 18 holes in decent weather. We were in Lansing playing Eagle Eye and Hawk Hollow, which are 2 really well-known, beautiful courses.
Yeah,
And
I
in
haven't
the
sent you much
driving,
rain.
have you heard of those?
I have heard of those. Yeah.
In the driving rain on Friday at Eagle Eye, I shot 81, and then a little bit nicer weather on Saturday, Hawk Hollow, I shot a 78. But I was also playing with 8 guys total, and the best other round. So the other 3 I was playing with, the best other round was like a 92. So
Good rounds.
For me, if other people around me are playing like shit, it kind of brings my game down a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
So you always feel bad for hitting good shots.
You talking to me?
That wasn't a knock on you, Ivan, but I get
not at all. Not at all.
No, I'm just.
I think I've played the least. I've played 27 holes outside. I've played 118 and 9 holes. But I've signed. Well, I was gonna say my first round outside was 18, and as we've been talking about, I'm working on some things on swing and whatnot, and like I shot 83, but I think I flew the green by 20 yards more than once or twice during the round. And it was not due to Arccos. It was just like inside 100 yards. I'm like, I'm gonna hit an 80-yard shot, and like whoosh, like there goes a 100-yard wedge. But then the second round I shot even par on 9 holes with 3 birdies. But so it's getting there. But I've signed up for 3 state level tournaments in next month. So I kind of got to get my stuff together next couple weeks to get ready for it.
Well, the good news is you got a reliable launch monitor now that will tell you that you're going to fly that shit over anyway. So
that's true.
That's right. He was
relying on me. Got it all dialed in.
So there is something though, like if you watch any Kyle Berkshire videos, that's where he struggles. When you have great ball speed, you tend to struggle inside 100 yards. It's just
yeah, and I think for me that was something I've really worked on this winter with my pro, and it's making good progress. But again, you can 2 things: A, work on things inside, and then when I took it outside, it was more of I was honestly hitting the wedge shots better and making better contact, and it's just adjusting to being outside. And then, I mean, as Ivan said, I've changed launch monitors, and I think it will change the feel I've been working on development, hopefully for the better this year, and be a little bit more accurate.
To be able to chip will help.
Chip and putt. Yeah.
Watching the shit go sideways.
I've played 2 sim rounds on Monday with Ivan and Baldo, and I think on over half the holes I hit the pin at borderline, sound barrier speed. The sensitivity between the new Unicore unit and the Mevo is significant.
He hit one putt so bad inside 7 feet. He hit that shit so hard it bounced out the gimme circle like another 10 feet.
Yeah, and it was weird too because I remember that, and
I was like, I've never even seen that before. That's bro. I was like, you know what? And he was like, I'm gonna leave the Mevo. I'm gonna get rid of all these ghost putts and these fucking matrix fucking wedge shots that go all over the fucking place. And what does he do? Fucking bashing shit off. I was like, yeah, bro, that's like a 3 ball speed. You don't need to hit it any fucking harder than that.
That was his first round though. The second round he pretty much
got better.
He was,
We'll get down there.
Yeah, I mean I don't know. I'm excited because hopefully it'll transfer a little bit better this year. So
yeah, I think you were probably hitting it a little harder on the Mevo, and now that when you get on the mini more, you're gonna figure out a good balance of with that field, and that should translate outside. At least I would think so.
Yeah,
We'll see. I mean, the tournament rounds may be extremely high, and then I'm gonna have to turn around and talk about it here.
If not, I'll just have to get you a fucking hat that says I toss tractors, bro. I throw tractors.
Throwing tractors.
Throwing tractors.
I will say if you as long as you like putt on 10 to 11 stimp outside, you'll be fine. But when you go to like my course, it's probably like rolling at like a 7 or an 8.
Yeah, it's tough.
I've been fucking leaving everything so short, like
especially the uphills, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's like I fucking bashed the shit out of that putt, and I still came up 4 feet short. Like I couldn't bring myself to hit it any harder, even though I'm telling myself hit it harder. And like time and time again, like it's happened pretty much every fucking putt, every fucking round I've played this year, because I'm playing on slow greens. And it's like, that's one thing that doesn't transfer outside well when you're putting on 11 stimp on GS Pro and you're coming out to play. But the courses you play, Glenn, probably are a fair bit faster greens too. So it's just
But I guarantee you, if you started putting on GS Pro like on an 8 stimp,
it would help. Yeah, it would help for sure. But
you might not have an impact screen last very long. But
yeah, that's definitely an area like putting on 11 inside and putting on 7 to 8 outside. That'll fuck your distances up big time. But
yeah.
Now, will your course get faster during the summer, or is that really what they normally carry?
So they can only get up to about an 8 or a 9 max, just because the slope of some of the greens, if they were faster, the ball would just roll all the way off. Like it's kind of ridiculous. A couple of the holes, if you're on the back of the green when they're rolling an 8, like if you hit it a little too hard, it'll roll all the way down off the front. So they literally can't make them fast because of the way a couple of the greens are set up on the course.
So I'll say, from a course design standpoint on GS Pro, they now have a feature like when you're designing the course, it's almost like the heat map, and it will like color code the green based on the stimp that you put it to show you like you can't put a pin here, or like the ball's just gonna roll off.
Well, and that's the thing, Miller. So when I built my course on GS Pro, and if I went over a 10 stimp on like 3 of the greens on the course, there was no place to put a pin.
Yeah.
I had to drop it to 9 to find a little spot of green to put the pins in.
When did you build a course?
I built it. We me, Ivan, I think Boz played it. Boz was mad about my colliders in the trees, I think, and but yeah, and that's so no, I know what you're talking about, but yeah, that on my course, like literally, like
you couldn't put a pin.
Yeah, like
sounds like we got to set up a scramble on that motherfucker and get Miller baptized.
Put it on 12 stimp and fucking.
It just reminds you guys haven't played it, but it reminds me a lot of Lexington Country Club here in Kentucky. Every green slopes fairly hard with different undulation from front or from back to front. So if you're behind the back of the green, like
you're fucked. Yeah,
you're screwed. Like that is the design of the course, and it works well for the way the course is designed. But like exactly, it's as you said, like if you're every hole, you're just trying to find the right place below the pin, because if you're long or behind it, it's good luck trying to keep it from rolling off the front. But theirs are like 12 stamp for that reason.
Yeah. Sounds like you gotta incorporate some of that pepper game. Shout out to Pepper.
And I need to tee up some like top flights so I don't spin it off the front every time.
Bounce that bitch 30 yards short and let it run up to the flag.
Hey, how was your Kentucky Derby party this weekend?
Yeah, it was a birthday party for a 1-year-old, so it was solid.
Oh, that was lit.
So I say this is a little off topic, but like people who live in Louisville and Kentucky in general don't go to Derby. And because it's a hot mess, and it's a fun time if you've got a lot of money to throw, which is what happens is everybody comes from out of town, the celebrities, everybody throws a ton of money and they have a blast. But it's the best way to put it is what drives me nuts is like a ticket that costs $1,000 on Derby weekend, you could have with a $5 or $10 ticket on a non-Derby weekend or non-Derby week.
Yeah.
So no, it was pretty boring this year, but I mean, you understand this concept of like when you have kids, the concept of an adult party changes significantly.
So what I got out of this is the kids rode you like you were the horse.
Basically, yes.
Giddy up, giddy up. Go.
So
Yeah.
I went to a Derby party on Saturday. It was fun.
Oh, I bet you did. It's probably called something.
Did you win anything?
No, it was for charity. So you always, if there's any time you're at a charity thing, you better just figure on you're going to be down like $500.
How much of this can I write off on my taxes?
All of it. Yeah, I'll get a letter that says that I spent X amount on my bidding items, and that's over the retail price, so I get to deduct whatever the fuck they tell me I get to deduct.
Yeah. So what's up, Boz? You over there quiet in the corner, bruh?
Yeah.
Been a long
Oh,
day.
I am actually.
You look it, man.
Yeah, you look tired as fuck, dude.
You might
Been
want to
burning
jump
the
in.
candle at both ends, trying to get shit done, man.
You gotta jump in one of those cryo chambers, bruh.
Yeah.
Refresh yourself up.
How many
Yeah, I
poker
do.
tables you got going right now?
3 9-foot tables. Pain in the ass.
Do they all have like the auto shufflers now? Do people request that a lot?
No, I've built them with that, but this guy, he just has a home game, and his birthday is a week from this Saturday. He wants all 3 of them done so he can use them at his birthday party. So I got all the wood cut. Just got to do all the upholstery shit on it.
How long have you been doing this for sale? I didn't know you were building them for people.
Well, it's a funny story. I started doing it 2004. So 2003, Chris Moneymaker wins the World Series. Everybody thinks they can play Hold'em.
Remember
And
that?
we start playing in basements, and we're playing on literally the white freaking plastic card tables, and you're dealing, and the cards are flying off the table if you're not paying attention, and huge pain in the ass. So I Google, poker tables, and I find a design. I modify it to what I wanted, and I built 2 or 3 of them for myself and a couple buddies. And then I was playing at a charity poker room, and I told the guy, I said, "These tables suck, man. I make better tables in my basement." He says, "Show them to me." So I did. He gave me an order for 16 tables. So it was like a hobby turned into a side job that in 2009, when automotive went in the shitter, I was laid off from Ford, and that's how I paid my bills, was building poker tables. So it's dropped off. I only do it once in a while, but this one, the guy, I gave him a price. He put 500 a table on top of it and said I need them by May 20th.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you said, yes, sir.
Yeah.
So now it supports your other habit.
Yeah. My
Golf.
several other habits.
Hey, no excuse now. We're gonna book the most expensive trip this year, and Boz is gonna cover the rental car this year.
Nah, there's some of us can't fly that fucking route. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like
Oh my
this
gosh.
some point this next trip
makes plenty. Come on.
we need to play some cards this next trip. At some point, we've never played. I don't know if you guys did the first year. We didn't last year.
No.
I don't play cards drunk.
So never.
You do or no?
He only plays golf when he's drunk, which makes total fucking sense.
Yeah, I mean, like when I drive to golf trips, I have the full set of tournament chips that have the denominations on the chips, just like a casino, and then the cash chips, same thing. Quarter, $50, $5, $25, all that shit. And I take that shit with me. I take several decks of cards and we play. But getting on a plane, I'm not bringing that shit.
Yeah.
You mean you don't want to bring your Puerto Rican flag poker chips? That's fucked up, bro.
No.
I got
Carlo.
cases of poker chips under my bed, and that thing probably weighs fucking 20,
Oh,
30 pounds, you know? It's like,
You're paying baggage fees, no doubt.
They are heavy as shit.
You do realize strip clubs don't take poker chips, okay?
Wait, okay, whoa. You saying that means you've
In
tried.
Vegas, I bet you they do.
I was gonna say, you say that means you've tried.
I try to use a fucking Chick-fil-A coupon. They ain't give me nowhere.
Well, because you were using it on a Sunday.
I was like, you want a honey butter chicken biscuit, bro? That shit's fire. That's worth 2 dances right there.
he was at the gay brothel. That's why he said bra.
Oh, that's not funny at all. Okay, whatever.
Hey,
Anyway, being on the golf trip, I was talking to fucking Mill last couple days. I don't know where I came across. Oh, I was watching we were talking about what's another place we could possibly look up, and somehow I stumbled across
Stream Song.
Man, and I went on that website and they got 4 courses on site, and those courses look,
I mean, they're on GS Pro, or 3 of them are, and I've played 2 of the 3, and they were all solid on GS Pro.
man, it looks so good on their website. The pictures look amazing.
I think that one's gonna be out of budget for most. Personally.
Rob, I mean, it can't be more than the Dominican trip.
Dude, but the Dominican trip is food and drink included.
Oh, I know, but I'm saying like it's still gonna be I don't think it'll be as high as that.
Yeah, I mean,
you posted one. It was like 1,800 with breakfast and lunch included.
Yeah, that was
The one with the lesson in the evening or whatever included.
Yeah, that was Innisbrook, dude. That's a good value because we can play like it's 4 nights, right? You can play 18 arrival day, 18 departure day, and 36 every other day. No upcharge for Copperhead or the island course there.
And they store our clubs.
Yeah, so and they shuttle us around. They would shuttle us to each of the courses for our tee times every day. So it's fucking. That's a good deal in my opinion. You can potentially 8 rounds of golf, breakfast and lunch every day. You get $20 pro shop credit or something like that, which I don't know what you buy with for.
And next time when we go to the range, when we got broke ass swings, we got somebody there telling us how to fix it.
Not Glenn. Not Glenn just trying to fuck you up at the beginning of the trip.
That was when you posted that, like that intrigued for sure. Like
it was a very strong first offering.
It's a good opener, right?
Yeah.
So in Florida, would the time have to change, or you could do November in Florida, couldn't you?
Yeah, that's why I had him like throw it in November, just because like that one doesn't really matter because Tampa is going to be decent pretty much all year round. I think November you're still looking like mid 80s in Tampa, right? Like so.
Nice thing about Tampa's cheap to fly into from basically all over the U.S. because that's actually where I had my bachelor party.
So NFL schedule comes out tomorrow too, and I was telling Ivan like it'd be cool if like we try to book it around like a Bucks like home game or something, so we could go. I think that would be cool to go see like a Bucks game, but
yeah. So I think we're gonna have some interesting options. But I told him, let's check out Stream, because that Stream, if it comes back to be super expensive, but at least we know what it would cost us. Like we don't have to ask again. But just looking
that's why I priced out the Dominican. Like, hey, why not price it out, right? Like, so let's just see what this shit costs. The other place that I priced out was a place called Gamble Sands, I think, out in Washington.
Washington State,
but the only problem with that is like you're losing 2 days in travel and like.
Well, it's gonna have to be earlier in the year because it's gonna get cold.
Well,
there earlier.
Yeah, well, like that would be like a late September, early October trip, but still, like I think that's out just because like the commute for all of us coming from mostly eastern parts of the country is just like it's not worth it, and you're gonna have an expensive flight like Tampa. I'm round trip under $200.
So, do you know what Tampa is famous for outside of the Buccaneers? I learned this on my bachelor party.
Tampa Bay Lightning.
Tampa is the birthplace of the lap dance.
Oh, I could have told you that shit. I mean, I take that back. I don't know what that's all about.
But no, the story of the guy who owns it ran for Congress and whatnot. It's kind of an interesting story of the guy who developed it and all that. But I guess, and then I guess changing subjects from that. But no, I think what we do, I think everybody in here wants to go to Paynes Valley at some point.
Yeah, so I talked to my guy about that too, and they shut out all of like the vacation planners, like the golf trip planners. They're out. So like I'll contact them directly and just price it out. But
I think my thought would be, what if we made that the 5-year trip?
Well, I mean, yeah, we talked about doing like different things for 5-year. Like we also talked about like maybe we go at some point, you know, make the trip overseas and do some of the stuff in like, you know, the UK or whatever.
Dubai, motherfucker. Just go play Dubai night golf.
We can do that too.
Oh fucking shit! I want to go check out some Lamborghinis.
You're still never gonna be able to find your golf ball. You can't find it in the daytime.
That may be the case, but if
No, he
all
couldn't find
5
mine.
of us go,
He couldn't find mine.
I'm the only guy coming back alive because I fit in.
That's true.
I'll fucking tan a month before and make sure I'm a little closer to fitting in.
I'll fucking put on a darker motherfucker and change my name to fucking Raj. I'm in like Flynn.
Rajesh.
That's probably some.
No, I mean that. You're right, Miller. That's also a good idea.
Yeah, we talked about that too, but we got plenty of time to figure it out. I just was starting to price some stuff out for this year because I've been kind of dragging my feet on.
I honestly think like if we do Paynes will have to be like us.
Yeah, it might be a small.
Paynes might work out as a better. Well, I guess Paynes could work out as a smaller group for a couple reasons. And one of them could be too of like there's a lot more than just golf at Paynes Valley.
Oh no.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think our numbers. I think our numbers are going to be down no matter what this year. I think some people are going to get priced out.
Well, I mean, so like, are we doing the vote? The majority takes it.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that there's a vote. Like, I'd love to see everybody come, but at the same time, like, I don't want to go like for 2 nights or 3 nights and play 2 rounds of golf just to keep it at $800 or $900. You know?
No, fuck that. That's what I go to Pennsylvania for.
Well, and I think it comes down to, I guess, it depends. I mean, that's something we'll probably discuss here. Like, it can be a popular vote / we'll say you can narrow it down to 2 or 3 options and it'd be popular vote against a group, or you could say, but again, I think as you said, popular vote is going to go for the best golf trip, not necessarily just the cheapest.
Yeah, I mean, it's the only one I'm going on. So,
well, by default, Miller gets the fucking final say because he's fucking laid.
100%. Aldo, what were you saying, by the way? Sorry.
It's got to be 4 or 8, though. I mean, we could get away with 7, but we can't plan a trip with 5. Like,
yeah, totally. I think we got 8. I'm confident we'll get 8. Like last year, we tried to get 12, and then we got like 10, and
yeah, 8. I think 8's a good number. Just to keep like everybody playing with each other enough too,
Yeah,
I am playing with you.
I know for a fact we have, as long as we can schedule in advance, there's 2 more on this server or on our GS Pro group who would potentially be interested in going this year that didn't go last year.
So why don't you do this, admin, in the next 72 hours or this week sometime? Why don't you send out a feeler saying, hey, 3rd annual golf trip's coming up. Send me a message if you're interested, not interested. So then we can get at least gauge a head count up front. Because right now we got 5 of us.
Yeah, but you know what? If I send that out, then I'm gonna get, well, how much is it gonna cost? What do you think?
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. So I'm just gonna like get like the options. I'm gonna throw them out and say like, hey, here's what it is. And if that ain't
works.
you, then that's fine.
Smart.
But again, that's the people. I mean, it's even us. It's like, yeah, I'm interested in a golf trip, but like it all comes down to costs, the dates, the whole thing. So like Miller's got the right idea. Until you got the details,
I started
you can say
working on.
these are what the options are. People aren't going to be able to say yes or no.
Yeah, I started working on like my form that I did last year, but like this year I might not ask for everybody's input on it in a vote. I might just say like, hey, here's the options that I put together. Here's what I'm thinking, and let us know if you're in or you're out.
Yeah.
I think that's the way to do it, Miller, because you got to make it easier on yourself, because we know you're a busy person too, and you don't need to kill yourself trying to figure out and please everybody, because you're not going to be able to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know I'm going. I don't give a fuck where we going. We can go. I mean, I ain't going to Russia. To play
Yeah, you're
golf,
gonna
but-
go. You're gonna play shit golf for 2 days, and you're gonna try to book your flight home.
Try to book a
Yeah,
flight home.
No, I'm not. 'Cause
Guaranteed.
I'm not gonna look for your ball, and I'm not gonna fall down a fucking hill, you asshole.
Or that, or
I'm gonna go look for your fucking Kirkland. Next time I'm that Kirkland's gone.
He
or
couldn't even drive the cart back to the clubhouse after that.
I was hurting. I was in fucking pain.
I
You know
even
what?
told the day before, and he's like, "I'm not coming. I'm not going, guys."
What?
Like,
I know. No, that's because my mother-in-law, you douchebag.
no,
No, we're talking last year, not 2 years ago.
What do you mean last year? I didn't say that.
You say it every year.
Last year you were.
Oh no, I did say
True,
that.
it's in the chat.
I was like a month
guys,
out.
I ain't gonna make it.
Yeah, no, I said a month out, man. My game is broke. If I don't fix that shit anytime soon, which I didn't fix any fucking way, so fucking it didn't matter. But
And
You
you,
know what?
still had fun, so it don't matter.
hey, I got two
Just
things
go
for
and
you.
play and have
Hey.
fun.
Two things for you. Look, they're behind me and they're fucking pointing at you fuckers. What is this fucking shit? You know what? I'm fucking secure about my fucking self, okay? You can bash on me all you want. If that's what makes you feel better in your personal lives,
Oh,
you know, maybe you got some relationship problems, you're not getting enough at home. Some of us just maybe not be getting any at all. You know, whatever the case may be, take it out on the Rican today. Come on.
I'm half expecting that chair to just break and you just to go out of screen.
I got this shit at fucking IKEA, bro. This shit ain't breaking.
Ivan's a changed man.
Got some faith in some Swedes.
No, I'm good. But I am excited about the trip. Hopefully. I feel like we do this every year. Miller and I will start buzzing behind the scenes like, man, we got like 7 months. And then like
It's like, oh shit, we figure out where we want to go, and then it's like, oh, we got 8 months to wait now. So yeah.
and then it comes, you're like, damn, we came out.
for this year's trip, if I invest in like a GoPro or a 360 camera of some kind for my Harley, should I bring it on the golf trip?
Yes.
Get a little
Yes.
out. We just
Yes.
record that shit.
Dude, I'm
Yeah.
thinking about buying a fucking drone.
There you go.
Dude, I'm telling you, just with that folder you shared to me, Miller, and like I went through the clips, like it was so easy to just put together a little intro, like,
Yeah.
and now I'm like thinking like because Glenn and Boz, I'm sure is on the same page, even though I don't think he was in the video, about like not having certain things in there just to keep things. Yeah, dude, having that content, the shit you can do with that and make some good videos for sure.
I'm just worried about it. It seems like a lot of work. Like if you watch the videos where the guys use them, the course is closed. Their rounds are probably twice as long as a normal round. Are we going to be able to do that?
Yeah, so I
Yeah,
don't know.
but
I don't know how
normal
that
resort.
works. I don't know if you got to contact the club beforehand and find out if you can bring a drone.
Yeah,
on the
you
course
can. You gotta
or-
ask them. You gotta ask them one to even record on there. Now we can do it
Yeah.
on the sneak with the GoPro. The drone is one thing, right?
Yeah,
And the GoPro doesn't have to be every shot. Like, what we could do is like we could follow one person, one hole. Like, okay, this is Miller's hole. The GoPro is following Miller the whole hole.
Yeah.
Right? You can.
Like that 360 camera because you're driving the car. It's literally recording everything around you, and then you guys or whoever go in and you have the editing software where you can pick the views and the pan. And my buddy does it on his motorcycle, and I tell you what, he's got some kick-ass videos.
That's
We
cool.
rode the triple nickel in Ohio with it attached to my bike, and it was badass.
Hey, if you want to drop the money for some fancy ass technology that's gonna catch my fucking Jordans, so be it.
So
Hey.
I've never used a GoPro, but like I would say if a GoPro, like if the battery's good and the memory has enough to record like 4 hours straight,
Yeah.
you just put that thing on a tripod, you pull it out, throw it behind the tee everybody hits, you grab it, throw it back in your golf bag, collapse the legs down real quick.
So when you watch
Yeah, and I bought one of those tripods
You
already.
just leave it rolling while we're
Yeah.
playing,
So when they do the cart interviews or they have them inside the cart, those are GoPros.
Yes, and
I've got one.
They have the
I can bring it.
anti-shake, so when the cart's bouncing all over, the
It stays
shot is
solid.
still good. Yeah.
I've got one I can bring.
So we can have two. So I mean, I'm
Yeah.
dude, and if anything, like capturing these memories on video and like more vividly, man, that's fucking bomb.
At a minimum, making a fun video out of it, as remembrance of the trip is not.
Because I feel like every time we said, "Hey, let's take pictures and videos," we come back and it's like,
It's like,
got like,
well, it's some of us take a picture, but we're not playing with 3 other guys that day, so don't get pictures of Glenn and B because
I was gonna say,
with them,
I mean, the fact that I had to throw you some different video for the intro video. I mean, it's
yeah.
I love the commentary from Miller. You look like you're dressed for a gender reveal party.
The funny thing about like most of that commentary is that's just what Miller was doing all by himself. Just when he like with me on the range, he's just like he's 200 yards away from me and he's just like recording me and he's just talking shit about me like just by himself, And it's like it was so natural, and that's I don't know. I really got out of that.
It's all good. We spotted those church pants a mile away though, bro. I was like, you need a healing?
Hey, you can spot your thin little chicken legs a mile away too.
Hey, them motherfuckers are highly groomed, sexy man machine legs, bro. Hey, you could see that knee brace too.
Yeah.
I thought about saying, Glenn. I thought about asking you and yours if the lighthouse was clear before you hit.
No, it was fair. I literally when I said that to you, I was like, what the fuck was I thinking when I wore that? And I was like, what was I thinking?
That's the first thing I saw when I saw when you sent that. I was like, God damn, this guy's got a blue hat, a pink shirt, and blue pants on. I was like, he's ready for a gender reveal party.
Which one is it gonna be?
It's okay, man. Hey, there's some big man metros out there. It's okay to be metro at your size. That's just cool. It's current.
Power bottom.
Hey, we got capri pants, we got Jordans, we got the color wheel.
Got it all covered. The color wheel.
We got hemp lotion.
Oh man, Boz was so fucking pissed when he dropped his hemp lotion in the parking lot the first year in Arizona.
My God, it was.
He was like scooping it off the concrete.
Man, that shit had a purpose that week.
Oh shit. Oh man.
He's never felt so lonely.
I'm not gonna lie. Like I've seen some people like on some other stuff posting like their golf trips, and I'm like, I look at some of their pictures and some of their videos and the people they're going with, I'm like, that shit looks like the lamest fucking golf trip ever in my fucking life. I don't know what it is, man. We got a good fucking group of guys, dude. That shit's always fucking funny. Like there's never a dull moment in our trip, ever.
That's never.
I think we have such a wide variety. We all come from different walks of life, different golf levels, different golf experience, but it meshes well.
It does.
Yeah, we got to get Jay-Zoo to go, dude. That dude is wittier than shit. I never realized. I played that a couple days with him, man. He is witty as hell.
Yeah, Dave's cool as shit though.
You just gotta keep him lubricated with some bush.
6 iron only, man. That
was fucking funny.
Well, the last trip, he was nuking his 3-wood off the tee.
Yes,
he was. He was nuking everything, man.
No, he hit.
All good.
He hit a driver out with me a couple times on that trip. Like that was Speaking of 6 iron, Bollyberg, we need a repeat of the 6 iron challenge one night.
We should do that again.
Hold on, we didn't have a 6 iron. Like, let's be clear here. He was hitting the ball so shit, he just finally gave up and just only hit 6 iron.
Yeah, that was just.
We didn't have there was no contest. There was no challenge.
There wasn't. Okay, it was just.
It was at Bob's course.
Yeah, he was hitting the ball. So he's just like hitting 6 iron. It was literally 6 iron every fucking shot. He didn't grab his putter. He didn't grab his wedge. He didn't grab the driver. He's just like, oh, I'm just fucking hitting 6-iron.
I don't blame him. There was goose shit all over that fucking course. Like, I wouldn't want to dirty all my clubs with all the fucking goose shit.
Oh my God. I'm still tripping out because what I remember from that is like, we're all out there with our fucking phones and our flashlights on our phones, trying to bring fucking round and like a fucking eightsome. It's fucking so stupid.
Last 3 holes were tough.
Yeah.
I got a picture of some fucking wedding party on the 18th green or something like that we had to wait like 5 minutes for.
Yeah, they'd wait for them to get off the damn green. They were taking pictures.
I'm gonna see if I can find that and throw it up here because that was
Tia.
Yeah,
Arccos,
Yeah, you guys were ahead of us, so we didn't. Oh, you know what? Now I think I do remember that.
We all finished it.
We joined up and played 18 together, didn't we?
Right. Those motherfuckers were on.
No, that was.
We couldn't find anybody's ball.
I know the first day we all got together and joined up and we played like the last 3 holes together.
Yeah, we were playing what? Like how many people do we have? 7, 8.
The first day was Arccos.
No,
we had 8 because Bob's nephew joined, didn't we?
Yeah, Tio. That was the second round.
The first day.
The second round of the first day. But that's what
we went from Shroon to Arccos, I think.
Yeah, but that's when we did it. It was in Arccos when the fucking lights were going out. We merged up.
No, we did it the very first day. We all flew in too on the first trip. We grouped up because literally we teed off at like what 1:30, fucking 2 o'clock. Sun was coming down at like 5:30. We did not have enough time to get done, so we all grouped up and yeah, so we kind of did it twice, I guess.
Yeah, Camelback. Ambiance. I was trying to think of the name.
One positive to going earlier in the year is the days are longer. But
did you say Beyonce?
Ambiance. That's
all on Beyonce.
Too many syllables for you northerners. Like that's too fancy of a fucking word for me to pronounce.
I was watching a video recently on YouTube. They played Camelback, and then I just posted Quintero. That was with Johnny Manziel. But it was cool. Like it's cool to watch these videos of these guys playing if you can remember the holes. It's like, oh yeah, that's right. I was in the water off the tee on this hole, and I was over here on that hole, and
that's the one that Miller was blasting his music, and I got pissed off on the tee.
Funny.
Oh shit! Oh man.
I'm looking forward to the trip, guys. I'm starting to get into it again.
Well, obviously, any help you need, or if there's anything we can do to help, let us know.
Yeah.
So on that note, I think it's about time to call it because I know I've been burning the candle at both ends too. So like Boz, I'm starting to fade quickly.
Yeah.
5 a.m.
Same
Eastern time.
And we actually fucking stuck to the fucking timeline this time.
Yeah, we're pretty close. We're like an hour and 15, which is a lot better than last time. So.
Well,
we're getting good at this shit.
Sorry for being late.
No, okay, it's all good. I will say the one thing I've said to Baldo already, and I hope you guys are okay with it, but